Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphie Dawkins with a Combat Radio, and you are in tune to Ask Rick. And you'll know Rick, Industry Insider. He's got the inside track, and he's here with us today. Had a little, I don't know if I want to talk about it, Rick, but we're lucky.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I had a little medical episode. I collapsed yesterday at the New York hotel in Las Vegas. I went to the front desk to find out how much an extra night of room night was, and the rate was so high I hit the deck. But the doctor said it was coincidental. They said it was coincidental, but as soon as I heard the price, I did hit the deck. So I said, Doc, I don't think it's so coincidental. You don't know me. I take money very seriously. So I'm in the hospital. I'm in the Sunrise Hospital here in Las Vegas, and I'm getting a whole bunch of battery of tests. What are you doing to me right now?
We're going to do an ultrasound on your neck.
Ultrasound on my neck now.
Can you still talk? Ask the nurse if you can still talk while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've already asked her. She said absolutely, as long as I don't use any profanity.
Okay. She sounds very nice, Rick. Tell her that. I love her accent. I love her accent, Rick. Tell her from me.
Okay. Yep. Raphael loves you, dog. Raph, what about Bomac?
Hey, I just saw it as we started the show. I don't know if people know, but Bomac, what are they saying? They're saying that Bomac McIntyre given 20-month suspended sentence. So Bomac is a free man.
Right. He still costs money, but he's free.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's still gonna charge, but we talked about it when it happened. And we looked up the law books, and according to the law books, it said that he would serve a minimum of 5 years.
Yeah, and I predicted a couple weeks ago on what's his name. I told him he'd be home by October 11th. I think I missed by 1 day. He's going to be home by the 10th.
Damn.
So there you go. Yep. Damn. It doesn't serve the government to put him in jail. For what? Prison for what? He's not a criminal. Come on.
No.
He didn't mean to use the gun. It wasn't like he was going to use it. Because it was happened to be in his fucking bag.
Yeah.
Boys 401, sorry. Yeah. So it is what it is,
It is what it is. 20 months suspended sentence. Bomac is a free man. According to the law books that we looked at, it was a minimum. Bomac was facing a minimum term of 5 years.
Yep. Minimum. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I'm convinced the deciding factor was that they would have had to feed him for 5 years. The judge took one look at him and said, "Who wants to go through with this expense?" You know what I mean?
That would be a lot of money.
Yeah, that would be a lot of money to feed him. So, yeah.
Straight, absolutely. So, Bomac is a free man, free to go back to the US of A. We was worried for him, but now it looks like he's home and dry. I'm glad to hear it. We didn't want to have the expense on the taxpayer for feeding Bomac.
Can you imagine?
Not even a year, much less 5.
Bomac is the type of guy that shows up to a buffet and the owner runs up and gives his money back and says, "Get out."
Get the hell out of here. That's what they'd say. That's what they'd say to Bomac. So good to know that he's a free man. And that's excellent news. Okay, so it's Raphie Dawkins on here with Ask Rick. And this is the show where you get to get your questions in. Get your questions in. Industry Insider. So let's go. Okay. So where we're going to start? We're going to start with the weekend. It's obvious. Gilberto Ramirez versus Joe Smith. I think his name's Joe Smith. Smith something anyway.
Yep, Joe Smith.
Yeah, I think he was there. I think he was there, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
was there. I was there ringside in a front row seat, thanks to Oscar De La Hoya and Eric Gomez. He dominated the fight. I thought the scores were a little wide. I scored at 97-93.
Yeah.
As this boxing Hall of Famer Brad Goodman, he also scored at 97-93.
Mhm.
They had 99-91. I thought it was a little wide, but he dominated him. He showed a high ring IQ and a very high ring IQ. Good jab, good consistent foot movement.
Yeah.
Spun out of the corner a few times when Joe was trying to land big punches,
Mm.
and he did real well.
Yeah.
Did
He
real
did.
well.
Yeah, he did. He did. So Zerdo, what? I mean, let's talk about Joe Smith first. Where does Joe Smith go? Because I mean, Joe Smith, he kind of reminds me a little bit. He's in a similar situation to Caleb Plant. He's good, but he just
Right. He's
won't.
not beating anybody anymore.
No,
Right. Exactly.
no. So you're handling Joe Smith. What do you do with him? What do you do with Joe Smith?
I'd run a little show for him in his home area. He's a member of the union there. I don't remember the name of the union. Got a lot of people come out. I would do a Joe Smith night, get him a win, and then see the biggest fight you can get your hands on. Right now, he's lost 2 fights in a row over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So he needs to get a win. I would do it after the first of the year in like January, and then come back after that in a big fight somehow. Get maneuver himself into a big fight.
Yes.
So that would be the game plan if I had him.
Yeah. And what's the game plan if you had Zerdo?
Well, you sit there and wait for your mandatory title shot for the WBA, which he's going to get. The guy that's a champ is not that good. I can't pronounce his name; it's too long.
Yeah.
But and every time I hear his name, it's a different pronunciation. So I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. Gudelamin, or so I don't know how to pronounce it. It's so crazy. That name is like I've never heard it pronounced twice the exact same way. So whatever. But Zorro can beat him. Zorro's capable of beating that guy.
Yeah.
So he might be a cruiserweight champ. Never know.
Are you talking about Arsene Glomarian?
That's it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've heard his name pronounced so many different ways.
Yeah.
I don't know if your pronunciation is right or wrong.
Well, I don't know if my pronunciation is right or wrong.
But at least you gave 100% effort to pronounce it.
Hey,
the effort gets an A.
I committed to it. Rick. I committed to it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta close your eyes and commit. You know what I mean? Well, never close your eyes. But anyway, Josh Warrington.
He needs to call it. He needs to give it up. It's over.
He says the referee shouldn't have stopped the fight, Rick. He said the referee shouldn't have stopped the fight.
It was over.
Yeah.
Referee did the right thing to pull the plug.
I think so. It was a vicious combination. Started off with I think it was a right hook, and then it was about a 10-punch combo, and every punch kind of landed in some kind of way.
Everyone did. Yep.
Yeah, every punch landed in some kind of way, and Josh Warrington. Warrington was toast. He was toast. Yep. He did get up before the end of the count, but he waddled all around the ring and waddled all the way back to his corner. I think the referee
he was moving around like a drunk, Gonzo.
Well, he was moving around like he was a drunk, and the referee did the right thing. I tell you what. No. This Leigh Woodcat, he doesn't seem to have boring fights, Rick. Lay Wood.
No, no, no. He makes good fights. No question about it.
He does make
No
good
question.
fights. He does make good fights. Where am I? What was I looking at just there? What was I looking at? Where is it? There it is. Let me just pull up his record for a second. Where are we? There we are. Let's have a look at that. Where is it? Where am I going?
I'm gonna ask the nurse a question. Have you ever had somebody do a podcast while you were giving them a test?
We see a lot of things at this hospital, but I have not been present during a podcast yet.
She has a president. We're making history here.
Making history.
Making history. She's never seen somebody do a podcast while they get the ultrasound.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, we're making history over here. No worries about it.
I'm also a trendsetter, see, so it makes sense, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what we do over here at the RDCR. We set trends.
Yeah.
And looking at this right now, we see that what was his last fight? His last fight was Mauricio Lara. He had two memorable fights with Mauricio Lara, lost the first one, and then Lara pretty much threw the second one away on the scales, Rick.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
And then before that, there was the Michael Conlon fight. Who can forget that one? When
that was sensational. That was an unbelievable fight with an unbelievable ending.
Absolutely. So Lay Wood continues to give the fans their money's worth. And so you always know with the Lay Wood fight that you're going to get value and entertainment.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on. Where are we now? Rolly Maria. Oh, no. I won't go with that one because that seems crazy even for me. Okay, so Jamal. Well, hold on a second. Before we move on, was there any other outstanding fights on that card that you saw? The Zerdo card?
No.
Oh,
Yeah. There was one 8-rounder. It was real good. Jose Luis Sanchez upset undefeated Eric Tudor in an 8-round junior middleweight bout. It was sensational. That opened the show up on the zone. It was really good.
Damn. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, moving on. So those are the two big fights of the weekend, really. So we're gonna move on. Jamal Charlo is set to make a return against Jose Benavides Jr. On November 25th. I think we talked about that last week, but it's coming closer.
Right, he's completely shot. Shouldn't be fighting anymore. Jose Benavides, he's awful. A shell of his old self.
Yeah. Shell. He's a shell. Okay, so we keep it moving. You know, it's fast paced over here on Ask Rick. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Get your questions in because Rick is at the hospital. So it's not going to be a long one. It's going to be a quick one. So, okay. Noya Inoue versus Marlon Tapples on December 26th.
That's going to be a great fight. I mean, I figure Newey's going to win, but it's a great fight. That's what boxing needs, another unification bout. We need unification bouts. The best fighting the best.
Yeah, 100%. Let me ask you this, though. It's a controversial one. You know, we ask the controversial questions here on the RDCR, so let's go with it. Floyd Mayweather came out and said, you know, he's a hell of a fighter, but we want to see him over here in the U.S. We want to see him over here fighting people over here, and we want to see him getting regular drug tests, blood tests.
Right. He first of all, he's wrong. He's already fought over here a bunch of times, and he's been drug tested every time. So Floyd's full of shit.
Uh-oh. So you don't agree with that, Rick? Rick don't agree with that.
No.
Being between rounds, he should have got the time to try to recover. The ref was a bit quick. I assume it's Wizard Sleeves talking about Warrington.
Well, yeah, I thought it was a perfect stop. He was out. He was on Quarter Street.
Yeah. I think so too. I can see the argument. But interestingly, it was a little bit like, we saw this recently, or not too recently, not too distant, not in the too distant past. We saw it relatively recently with what is it, Kid Galahad versus I think it was the last cat he fought, Luis Alberto.
Lopez.
I think it was that one. Or it could have been Mauricio Lara. Either one. He's one of them. We saw Kid Galahad. Kid Galahad. He got knocked. He pretty much got knocked down, and pretty much it looked like a knockout. But the bell rang, and then he got to go back to his corner. He still looked out to me, but then that's it. It was against Kiko Martinez. But then they sent him back out, and he immediately got starched.
I have to get this side still.
He immediately, Kid Galahad immediately got starched by Kiko Martinez. So we have seen something like that similar, where a fighter has been badly hurt before the bell. They've had the minute in between rounds and come out and get starched. So we have seen that. Okay, as we move. So Oscar De La Hoya says he wants Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda on the Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia undercard.
And that's not going to happen.
No.
That's wishful thinking by everybody, but not going to happen. No way.
Is this Lopez versus Garcia card? Is it official? Is it solid?
Who's fighting who? No, wait.
Teofimo Lopez.
Ryan Garcia is fighting Omar Juarez.
Oh.
Oh wait, hold on. I know.
Yeah.
He's fighting December 2nd. That other fight, they're just talking about him and Arum. So who knows what's going to happen yet? But they're looking to make those fights. Teofimo and Garcia, who are
yeah. Well, that would make a lot of sense. It's definitely
It's a huge fight, no question.
Yeah, no question about it. Okay, so let's have a look now. Let's jump to the heavyweight division quickly. Let's talk about Anthony Joshua could face Filip Hrgovic for the IBF title rather than Deontay Wilder. But I don't know about that, because if he goes that route, then he's only going to be up against Usyk at the end of that particular rainbow again.
No, because they're going to strip Usyk, or if Usyk, that's not what's going to happen. They're going to fight. When they fight, after that they'll make that fight. They know what they're doing. He's not going to end up fighting Usyk or Fury unless they want to, because they're going to go the IBF route. That'll be a voluntary situation to do a unification bout after that. So we'll see. Listen, Rob. I don't mean to cut you short, but I'm in real pain here.
No, you need to go.
But listen, here's what we'll do. Get a hold of me in a couple days, and we'll go. Not next Monday now. Before that, get a hold of me in a couple days. I should be out of here, and hopefully feel better, and then we'll do a normal hour.
Yeah, okay. Man, we'll do that, Rick. But Rick, you're in the hospital. Get well. Focus on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Speak to you soon. Okay, so that was the Rick Glaser. He's just gone. He's just gone. Sorry about that, Wizard Sleeves. Rick is in the hospital. Had a medical turn over the weekend. Was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. And so he's currently in the hospital getting treatment. You hear there's a nurse in there help him ease his pain. They're doing some tests on him. So we wish Rick well. Get well soon, Rick. Get well soon. Okay, we're gonna carry on. We're gonna plow on. But Rick needs to get his treatment. Needs to get his treatment. So we're gonna plow on. I'm gonna drop the link. Give people a chance to come on. As we do this shiznix. Hold on a sec. Let me just drop a note in there before we carry on. Get well, Rick. Get well soon, Rick. Get well soon, Rick. Okay, let's drop that in there. And that should always also move the love heart away. What we're going to do, we're going to pin that. We're going to pin that. We're going to give a love emoji to Rick. There we go. There we go. Give him some love. Give Rick some love. And as we move on. Okay. Let's get into the shizzle. Frank Sanchez. That's cricket. Frank Sanchez is Luis Ortiz's granddad. Frank Sanchez, the granddad, or Luis Ortiz? I could see Luis Ortiz being the dad. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Easily. Let's have a look. What's going on. Keyshawn Davis says Terence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez. Well, that's interesting. Because Alvarez came out with an interview. He did an interview. Have I got that interview? I think I may have that interview. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's drop that out and let's get into where I think I might have it. I think I might be able to locate this interview on the quick fast. Let's have a look. Let's have a little looky. What's that there? Oh, Lord. Dang. Oh, dang. Damn, I'm good. I hate to brag, but damn, I'm good. And if the mic was a gun, I'd be Clint Eastwood. Hold on. Let's share this. Where are we? Let's share. OMG. Aaron Daly comes in rough and ready for the Ask Rick, and he don't know that Rick has had a medical emergency. He came on the show for 20 minutes, but then he had to bow out. We could hear the nurse working on him, Aaron. We could hear the nurse working on Rick. So he's been here for about 20 minutes. He dipped out about 2 minutes ago, and then in comes Aaron. I'm sorry, my friend. Stick with the show. We're still going through with the show. The show must go on. You know, we troopers over here at the RDCR. This is what we do, how we do. OMG. So we're carrying on. We're persevering. Let me, in relation to that last comment I made, let me share. Let me share this. Okay. There is he. There he is. What's the volume like? What's the volume like? Let's get the volume all the way up. All the way up. Let's do this. Okay, so Bud Crawford said, Bud Crawford, when he was asked about fighting Charlo, I think Jamel, he said that yeah, he'd come down for Charlo. What the hell did I just do? What did I just do? He'd come down for Charlo. Did I stop sharing accidentally? Yeah, he said I'd come down for Charlo. But then when he talks about Crawford, it's just about Crawford going up. Talks about Crawford going up. So what about coming down? Like you said you would do for Charlo. Well, why did the energy change? Why did it change? Okay, let's have a listen to it. Let's go.
Let me ask you this too, Canelo. I spoke to Errol Spence last week and even prior, and he's serious about wanting a fight with you. And he feels Canelo versus Spence, 120,000 people at AT&T Stadium. Is that a fight that you're interested in, that you want to pursue, and you think that can happen?
No, pues obviamente es una pelea interesante, es un gran peleador. Obviamente si quiere subir de peso, pues porque no se podría hacer esa pelea si se siente muy seguro.
Oh no, momento. I know some of you cats ain't familiar with the Espanol. So let's just...
Well, obviously, it's a very interesting fight. If Earl Spence is a great fighter, and obviously if he wanted to go up in weight, then that would be a big fight.
So it couldn't happen at 160. You can't. That's not a fight that you think would be big enough for you to be able to move down to 160. It would have to be at 168.
No, peso medio todavía.
So he's just asked if he could have the fight, would he move down? Would he move down to 160? And Canelo responds,
Podemos hacerlo y claro que sí, podríamos pelear en la siguiente posición.
Middleweight, yeah, that's something that we can still do. So yes, we could go down to 160.
we could go down to 160 for Errol Spence. You heard it out of his own mouth. We could go down to 160 for Errol Spence. I mean, yeah, for Errol Spence. But apparently for Crawford's got to move all the way up. No coming down for Terence Crawford. Why the double standard? Why the double standard? OMG. Okay, what's going on here? Rick is in hospital. Damn. I hope he gets better and it's nothing too serious. Don't make me get serious. Well, we don't know how serious it is. He's up and he's talking and says, let's rearrange. He says, let's rearrange. Let's do this again in a couple of days' time. That means Wednesday. So, yeah. Looks like he'll be up and running again, all being well. Fingers crossed. Okay. Okay. So, why the double standard? Why the double standard? What's all that about? What's all that about? Why don't Canelo want to shave anything off? Shave a few pounds off and go to 160 and fight Crawford. Not that Crawford cares. Crawford, oh, you probably haven't heard the word. You probably haven't heard the word. Aaron, Daly, and everybody who's just jumped in. Probably haven't heard the word, but Bomac has been released from incarceration. Being released from his incarceration. Where are we? Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Let's share that story. Where are we? Boom, boom, Boom. All right, can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, you can see that now. What the hell's this? How the hell do I get rid of that thing in the corner? It's annoying. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so Terence Crawford with coach Brian Bomac McIntyre after he was set free in Manchester, or set free from Manchester. Okay. What's this here? Damn, I didn't know this part. Okay, so Terence Crawford was in Manchester court today in England to support his trainer, Brian McIntyre, providing character witness to assist in getting him released from jail from his recent gun charge. Okay, so if Bomac is caught with a gun on him in the UK in the next 20 months, he could do prison time in that country. Okay, so what that tells me is that Bomac is not banned from the UK. We assumed that he would be banned. We assumed that he'd be getting 5 years in a British prison, but he's been set free and apparently not banned from the country. It says that if Bomac is caught with a gun on him in the UK in the next 20 months, he could do prison time. Okay. So he's not banned from the country. That's awesome. Okay, so where are we? McIntyre pleaded guilty and was subsequently shown leniency by the British court. By the British court. He was given a 20-month suspended sentence. Some fans on social media wonder if Bomac will be shown the same leniency if he was just a regular Joe and not a famous trainer. Regular Joe. But he ain't a regular Joe, is he? He ain't a regular Joey. Would the British courts allow a regular, non-important citizen caught with a gun in their luggage to be set free with 20 months suspended sentence? Or would they have thrown the book at him then, giving them a nice long 5-year sentence to ensure this wouldn't happen again? Well, I can answer that question. If he was a regular Joe, he'd have got the book thrown at him, yes. But that's primarily because they wouldn't know if the man was, if it was a regular Joe with a gun, he's probably not a good guy. He's probably not a good guy, possibly not a good guy. But Bomac is a professional. He's not some kind of hoodlum. He's not out here shooting up the streets. You know what I'm saying? He's a respected member of his community, doing big things. No question trainer of the year, maybe even trainer of last year, but definitely trainer of the year for what he did with Terence Bud Crawford. So he's got bigger fish to fry. He ain't running around these streets shutting up the place. Okay. So people are still wondering what the hell he was doing with a gun. How could Bomac, a man so intelligent, who appears to be quite intelligent, be walking around with a gun? Well, I said it at the time. I think it was a mistake. Talking about if he needs personal protection, I think it was a mistake. I think it was in his bag. He forgot that it was in his bag, and he traveled out. You don't need a gun over here. You don't need no gun over here. So, yeah. So that's some big news you may not have been aware of. What we doing? Why did I drop that down? Boxer size Ben, camp-looking tennis coach. Oh, yeah, Ben was in Leigh Wood's corner, wasn't he? Yeah. Boxer size Ben. Because Bud is 10 times better than Spence. He's significantly better. Significantly better. I doubted they'd keep Bomack in. Well, according to what we read, it was a 5-year minimum term. I didn't read anywhere that there was any 20-month suspended sentence possible. I did the video, looked at the law books. I didn't actually look at the law books, but I looked for what he said the sentence would be, and it says 5-year minimum. He's got a 20 months suspended. I'm glad he's out, but why does it say a 5-year minimum if it's not a 5-year minimum? What's all that about? Saying that the jail diet probably did his weight good. I would love to see him. Was there a picture? Was there a picture? Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, there is a... Damn, look at his face. He has lost weight. He has lost weight. Hold on, let me bring that back. Let me bring that back. Look at his face. He has lost weight. Hold on. Hold on. Can you see that? Can you see that? Hold on, let me see if I can get that full screen. Hold on. What does that do? Yeah. Look at his face. He looks like his face looks like what's that cat's name? Who came from the Emmanuel Stewart camp, who started training Klitschko. That cat who trained Klitschko after Emmanuel Stewart from the Emmanuel Stewart camp. What is that cat's name? Yeah, it looks like him. It looks like that cat. He's got a video up or something. Damn, I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't even know there was a video about it. What the hell's going on? They're filing into court. They're filing into what? Has he come out? Did you miss him walking out? Hold on. Oh, no. I didn't see him coming out. A little group prayer there. It's a beautiful thing. I've included the lawyers in the group prayer. I don't know if that's... I don't know if lawyers have ethics like that. I guess some of them must do. Where is he? Where's Bomack? Where's Bomack? Oh, no. He hasn't come out with them. He's got to go through the other exit. He's got to go the other route. He's got to go the other route. He's coming through the cells way. Well, where's Chris Eubank Jr.? Why didn't Chris Eubank Jr. get up in there? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's good news. It's good news that Terrence came out. That's it. That's the one. The man looks like Jonathan Banks now. Don't get me wrong, he's still got that big hell of a gut, but he came down dramatically. He came down dramatically. Not mine. What's this? Yeah. So good for Bomack, Jonathan Banks. That's exactly who I was thinking of. It's exactly who I was thinking of. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on here. Let me show you his face again. Look at that face. Where is it? There it is. Look at that face. That full screen? No, that's full screen. Okay, Jonathan Banks right there. Jonathan Banks in the face. Don't even look the same. Even gone. Looks like he's gone several shades lighter. Ain't no sunshine in Manchester. OMG. OMG. Okay, so as we move on, let's have a look what's going on. What's the topics? Let's have a look. Yep, Bomac given 20 months suspended sentence, and he is a free man. What else? What else we got? What's the time saying? What's going on? Let's have a look, see if any of these topics grab my attention. Okay, Shakur Stevens talking about his top rank contract expires in 2024. And he's looking at all of the options. Weighing up all of the options. Talked about Gilberto Ramirez. And let's talk here that he's not ready for Jai Apatai or Arsene Gomarian at cruiserweight. Yeah, I was talking about him. Is he ready? Is he ready for them top guys? Is he ready? That's the question. I have my opinion on it. Do I say it or do we save it? For next time? Do we save it for Wednesday? Okay. So we're saying here, Josh Warrington wants a rematch with Leywood at the City Ground. Well, what can I say about that? I mean, that was an interesting fight. That was a good fight. That was an exciting fight. Would I be averse to seeing Josh Warrington face Leywood at the City Ground? I most certainly would not be averse to that at all. That was a good fight at the Switch City. Let's have a listen. Let's have a look. The City Ground. Wants a rematch. Which city? Which City Ground? Hold on. So the fight took place in Sheffield. Leywood is from Nottingham. Josh Warrington, he comes from Leeds, doesn't he? What is it? Leeds City? Is that the name of the team? Is it Leeds City? I think it was Leeds United. So which city is he talking about? It's Leeds United. So which city? The second fight between Wood and Warrington. Wood and Warrington. Wood won. That's Wood and Warrington will be massive at the city grounds, particularly if they promote it well. I don't know which city you're talking about. It's Leeds United and Nottingham Forest. So which city do they mean? I don't know. What's going on here? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what people are saying. Yeah, Woods is from Nottingham. Well, it's Nottingham Forest, though. It's not a city. It's Nottingham Forest. It's not a city. That's what I don't get. It's Nottingham Forest and Leeds United. So it's very, very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. But do you know what? let me just do one last thing. Let me do one last thing. How many windows have I got open? Eight. Let's do one last check. Make sure I ain't forgot anything. Let's have a look at this. Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it. Those are the big news items thus far of the week. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's about it. I think that's about it. They ain't going to drag anything out. So there you have it. Ask Rick. Series 2. Is it Series 2 or Series 3? We've done it. Rick is in the hospital. We may catch up with him later on in the week, Wednesday or Thursday. But in the meantime, it's the Raphie Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the Boxing Talk with Raphie. Ask Rick, featuring Rick Glaser. And of course, your convivial host, myself. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. I'll drop a video and catch you again later on in the week. We are out. Blessed.